Wiggle, wiggle.
Like.
Behold, the worst heavy in the game. This is just my opinion, and it's all because it literally has a nail gun. I know that's just the name of this cannon, but it seriously performs like a nail gun. Who in the world would go into battle, a tank battle, with a nail gun? This thing has... It honestly, the tank overall, the maneuverability, no complaints. The armor, no complaints. You know, even the gun depression, even though it doesn't have very much, no complaints. The biggest issue I have with this tank, and let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree, this is got to be one of my worst performing tanks. The cannon itself, you got 6 rounds, and each round does about 70-75 damage, and every time you shoot one round, which doesn't even have that great of penetration, you come across tier 8 tanks and you're almost just absolutely in trouble. Your dispersion resets and you almost have to wait a whole other second or two before being able to fire again. And you would think with its dispersion resetting that you were shooting like 122.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh.
Millimeter cannon, and then being able to wait a whole other couple seconds or a second or two before being able to accurately shoot it again is just kind of a joke. I don't know. This is the one tank I would say I struggle with because it's just kind of a rolling oxymoron in my opinion. The reason why I say that is because it's built like a heavy, like the armor, maneuverability, everything really about it, but its cannon is just not meant to come across heavies. There's another tier 7 light tank that also, it's an AMX, I believe 57 light that has a 6-rounder auto loader, and it honestly, like, it does a way better job because you can flank, you can get around the enemy. This thing, you're trying to do the same exact thing, but only being able to shoot enemies from the front, and it just does not work that well. Yeah, I mean, if you're facing tanks that are a tier lower than you, it's not bad. When you're facing a tank that's the same tier of you, you're doing okay, but when you come across tier 8s and other heavies, where other heavies most of the time are meant to come across and face other heavies, and you need some kind of penetration to be able to get through their armor, or at least be able to hit their weak points, be able to side scrape whatever it may be, take those shots. And sometimes you just have just that second or so when the enemy is also side scraping to get that shot off. And doing, like, you're not able to completely unload your mag very well, and you just do like 75 damage, whereas if they get a snapshot off, they're doing a lot more than that. So, and you're not really able to completely unload the mag. Sorry, excuse me. But you're auto-loading cannon unless you've got basically another new player you're coming across and you're able to just completely unload against them. So anyway, this is definitely, in my opinion, a pay-to-lose tank. I lose probably more rounds in this thing than any other tank. This, honestly, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is just my personal opinion. The Grave Digger is just not my cup of tea. it's kind of funny because for some reason tanks that I struggle with, I'm kind of drawn to in a way because like I like the challenge, and this is hands down probably one of my more frustrating tanks to play with because you're, like I said, it's really just about the cannon. Honestly, the fact it doesn't have very much gun depression, man, I mean, that, whatever, it's not really the problem. Honestly, I think to improve this thing needs just better penetration because outside of that, this thing is literally just a nail gun. It's like I brought a nail gun to a tank fight. And that is not going to work. The facing, especially other tier 8 heavies, like you almost don't even have a chance in this thing. Like you look at, I mean, I know the Smasher is like a completely OP tank, but the Smasher is a way better tank than the Gravedigger. I mean, you even look at like the IS-2 or like the Tiger 1, like other tier 7 heavies, and their cannons are way better than the Gravedigger in my opinion. So definitely a tank that I've struggled with. So here I'm just kind of got myself in a bit of a bad position because my entire team has gone right, so going left by myself is not a good idea. Trying to cut middle and get some sort of protection. I'm still a little uncertain if there's enemies over a little bit further on the right. We're getting surrounded here, and I'm really, I mean, it's crazy because I played probably about 8 or so games back to back in this, and I would say about 80% of the battles I fought, I was the lowest tier in the battle, and the enemy was like, I was facing the majority of tier 8s. And when you're facing other tier 8 heavies like the VK100, like the Glacial, like other very well armored tanks, it almost makes it's just really frustrating. And like that's the thing is, first of all, this thing doesn't even do that much damage per shot. Every time after you fire, your dispersion resets, and you just have bad accuracy when you're just trying to unload that entire clip at an enemy.
What's your problem, Gus? You brought a funeral program to a knife fight. Come on.
I don't know, maybe you guys think differently. This was just my opinion. I honestly think the Gravedigger, I mean, it just, like I said, I mean, the armor, maneuverability, gun depression, all that other stuff, like hit point pool, like I don't have a problem with. It is literally just the fact that I feel like I am using a nail gun in a tank battle. So anyway, this is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.